All right, I can't weigh our fish without our weighmaster. He is the vice president of the Florida Bass Nation. Let's give a big round of applause for Bobby Watson as he comes up for one more day. We did not run him off yesterday. I mean, he has to lift this weight on the scales and off the scales, so it's twice. He lifted over 3,000 pounds each day, so that's 6,000 pounds. We a little sore?
Not too bad. I still mowed the lawn this morning. Not too bad, you know.
But hey, it's been awesome. You know, one of the things I noticed is in Florida, and it seems like, and I'm sure these anglers are going to talk about it now that we can ask them questions, but it got cold, and then we've had a warming trend throughout the tournament, and it's just gotten better each day, it seems like.
Yeah, it's just the perfect storm, you know, with the cold front coming through before the tournament started and then this warming trend going up, just the big uns are coming in.
We ready? 10 left.
We're ready. Let's go.
All right, one thing I like to do, especially when we have a crowd like this, so Cluson, thank you, we got to get you flowing. They've been fishing hard all day for 8 hours. So I'm going to give you 3 counts. When I twirl this towel, you need to get loud. You guys ready? You know the job. So let's hear it on 3. Cluson, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. That was your baseline. You got Brandon McMillan in line. You got Randall Tharp in line. They all lived here for a long time. Some of them still live here. And you got Scott Martin in the line. So let's hear it on 3. Let's get loud. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get rolling. Let's bring him up. Coming in 10th place, he is your college bracket reigning champion, Easton Fathergill. 2-day total, 38 pounds and 6 ounces. To take over the lead, you need 20 pounds and 10 ounces. That'll put you in the hot seat. Looking for 20 pounds and 10 ounces. 20 pounds and 9 ounces. It actually does put you in the first place. It's a tie for first at this moment. Reach in there and let's hold them up. A 3-day total of 58-15. Your college bracket champion, and look at that one. Why you come to Okeechobee? He says, no doubt this is his personal best. Let's make it official. 9 pounds and an ounce on that one. And to set the scene with Easton, I don't know if you guys followed along with this, but University of Montevallo Angler, they won Team of the Year back in August of last year. And he had to go under, I'll give you the 30,000-foot view. He had to go under emergency brain surgery after that, and they had to remove an abscess, and he recovered, and in 6 weeks he entered into our college classic bracket, which is where that's our crowning event in our college series. He won that event, punched his ticket to the classic, won the use of a 2024 Toyota Tundra, $7,500, a nitro boat to be used all year, and burst into the EQs, and here he sits tied in first here on day 3 at the first Open of the year.
Yeah, to even be here fishing the Opens right now is crazy, and let alone that, be here on the final day competing against Tharp, Martin, and McMillan. It's crazy being from Minnesota competing against those guys on their home waters. I can't believe I did that.
Let's talk about the fishing. How'd you get it done this week and today?
So the first day of practice with the warm front, I started flipping, and I did really good, and then that cold front came, and it kind of knocked them back, I think. So then I started going to where I thought they would be coming back in. I would catch them on the way in, and I ended up on a live scope bite. And I was actually in the same area as Scott Martin. He kind of put on a show for me this week, but it was a great week. I had a lot of fun.
Well, we're off and rolling. I mean, again, you've had a pretty crazy into last year with the brain surgery, but then you went on and won the bracket, and now we're in the EQs. We've got another tournament coming up at Ouachita in 2 weeks, and then we have the second stop of Division I on Santee Cooper, and then you got this little tournament called the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah, this schedule coming up is a dream come true. I just can't wait. It's gonna be a heck of a summer.
People you want to recognize or say thanks to?
Just thanks to my parents mainly back home, and thanks to my roommate Bo Browning for traveling with me and working with me. It's for us to make the top 10 at the first event. Both of us, it's crazy. It's been really cool.
Let's hear it for Easton Fathergill. He's representing all college anglers this year. Oh, and you don't go far, right there. I mean, you're tied with Scott Martin at this point. He hasn't weighed in yet, but you do get to sit in the hot seat for a minute. All right. Let's bring him up. This is his roommate. He came into today in 9th place from Arkansas, Bo Browning. 40 pounds, 4 ounces through his 2 days of fishing. To unseat Easton, you need 18, 12, 5 fish. Worth 13 pounds, 13 ounces. Going to jump Bo up to 3rd place. 3-day total of 54 pounds and an ounce. And Bo Browning's one of those Tackle Warehouse EQ anglers, and his season is off and rolling. with a top 10. Well, I know, it's probably a little nerve-wracking when you say, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump into the EQs and get rolling. And what better start than to be right here inside a top 10 at the first event?
No doubt, man. I said it. Me and Easton talked about it coming down here. We did countless hours of research and study, watching film, and we just were like, we have to survive Florida. Neither one of us are Florida fishermen. We have to make it through if we want to get to the elites. And to come out and make a top 10, both of us side by side. I had goosebumps this morning, idling out next to my best friend of all time, and it was just an amazing week. I want to say a huge thank you to my parents. They drove down through the night to make it here to see one day away in, but they made it here and did it. I love them for that. I can't thank them enough for that support. I want to thank the sponsors that do all this for me. And most importantly, I want to thank my Lord and Savior up above, guys. He's done marvelous things in my life, and he can do it in every one of y'all's. And what he's blessed me with is way more than I deserve, and I'm just happy to be doing this in his name. And I want to thank you guys as well for putting on this stage and allowing us to have the platform to grow our brand and grow ourselves and chase what we love.
I'll say fishing's fun, but it's a whole lot more fun when you can do it like this in front of these people.
Yes, sir. I mean, thank you guys. Another thing, the local guys that were out there today, you guys rock. Y'all made room for us and allowed us to do what we do. So Clewiston, Okeechobee, all you guys from around here, thank y'all so much, and the crowd for coming out and showing out today.
You're going to hear that name a lot here in the future. Bo Browning, let's hear for him. Third place. And we'll get ready to welcome up another angler who's committed to us this year for the EQs. Come on up, Matt Adams out of Oxford, Alabama, coming into today in 8th place. He is bringing us 5 more in the bag today. 40 pounds, 4 ounces through his 2-day total. 5 in the bag to unseat Easton. You need 18-12. He's got it. 19 pounds and 15 ounces. And Matt Adams moves into the lead of this tournament with a 3-day total of 60 pounds and 3 ounces. One round of applause for Easton Fathergill. He is well underway. Follow him along at the Classic. And say hello to your new leader, Matt Adams. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of like a broken record here, but, Florida makes anglers a lot, nervous. It's kind of either feast or famine, and it was certainly feast for you this week.
Yeah, before 10 a.m. After 10, it got real tough, and it got real lonely, and it seemed like some dead water for me. Everybody else talking about catching them after 10, and not for me. I just put the show on early and leave,
So, I'd be great start, though. Hey, it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there, right? But great start rolling out of Florida with a top 10.
Oh, absolutely. I think, I'll echo what Bo said. If you can survive Florida, if you're not from here, that's a good trip. That's a really good trip. It made me nervous coming down here. I've never been here before.
Pretty cool watching you on live today. You looked like you kind of had I don't know if you fished that area all week, but it was like a little channel. It looked like fish were maybe either coming to you or going past you, but looked like a pretty special area.
It was. I'm not good at fishing in crowds. So coming down here, that was different for me. And the wind, the crowd, I had to find something that was more to my comfort. Went in on 3 days before the tournament, caught a 6 and an 8-9, and said, that's good enough, I'm out. That's all I had. So if that's all you got, that's what you got to go with.
It's the saw-bladed jigs, like a weightless Cinco kind of stuff you're throwing this week?
Yeah, I was throwing a 3/16-ounce Cinco today. It seemed like they kind of got off the bladed jig a little bit and broke one off today. Had some missed opportunities yesterday, but all in all, it's a great week.
Got a lot of people in that jersey. Who do you want to say higher thanks to?
Oh, my God. My support system's incredible. Without a support system, you can't do this. Number one, I want to thank B.A.S.S. The platform you guys have created, just to see what Clewiston's done, bringing everybody out, and the platform you guys have done, it's refreshing to see. It's awesome. My buddy Brian down here out front drove overnight to come see me, even though I was – I'm not going to catch Scott and some of those others, but still here to support my daughter Alex and her dog Harper back there. She got to skip. She's in her last semester at JSU, gets to skip it. My boy G-Matt's around here somewhere too. So, for them to come out means a lot. My parents watching back in Addie, Washington. It's cold as you-know-what back there. It's a lot more comfortable.
I was about to pull the microphone away really quickly.
Yeah, I know, right? And then my sponsors, I've got to thank all them. Without that, this isn't possible. PTG Outdoors, Davis Bait Company, Frog Talks, First Choice Properties. I know I'm forgetting people. Powerhouse Lithium. This is a big undertaking when you do this. Without help and without those guys, it's not possible.
Well, have you ever sat in the NA hot seat? I know you haven't sat in the Bassmaster hot seat, and it's about to happen.
Well, I might have to in Ouachita because I bet our weather's going to change. I might turn that seat warmer on.
Have a seat. He is in the lead. Let's hear it from Matt Adams. 3-day total of 60 pounds and 3 ounces. All right. He's no stranger to some top 10s here in the Opens, and he's starting out this year with one already with just one underway. From Oklahoma, let's get loud for Austin Cranford. All right, Austin. 40 pounds and 5 ounces yesterday. 19-15 puts you into the lead. Looking for 19-15. 18 pounds, 13 ounces up to second place for the Oklahoma Pro. Going to be a 3-day total of 59 pounds and 2 ounces. Let's hear it for him, Clewiston. I heard you say on live today you always, you haven't gotten off to some great starts at the beginning of the Opens, and I don't think we can say that anymore.
Let me tell you, Lake Okeechobee is my new favorite lake in the country. This place is incredible. It's unbelievable how many big fish are out there. I've probably seen 1,000 over 6 pounds this week. I can't believe I started a tournament with the top 10. We're going to ride this train out the rest of the year. Maybe we can top 10 them all. I don't know. Hopefully. So this week, I really wasn't on a whole lot, and I found myself in this backwater pond. There was nobody in there. I got 2 bites on a wacky rig and 2 bites on a frog. I said, good enough for me. I show up in the tournament. Sam George is in there and a few other guys that cash checks and cracked 17 pounds. Yesterday, caught 2 giants, and today was great. Caught a few on a prop bait, on a wacky rig. I got tired on that spinning rod. I really wanted to jack one, but you can't really jack one on a prop bait. They wouldn't eat a frog, so it was a great week. I'd like to thank my mom and my fiance Cheyenne. They flew in when they found out I made the top 10 from Oklahoma. My family, my friends, my fiance's family, my little nephews. We got Cooper, Brooks, and Clay. And U.S. Fleet Tracking, F5 Rod Company, 6 Cents, Waterland, Powerhouse Lithium, Beatdown Outdoors. I will see you at Lake Ouachita.
That's in about a week. Their official practice starts on Saturday next week. Good job. A week from today. And he's rolling out of here in second place right now. You doing good over there, Matt? Taking it all in? All right, because here comes a pretty big bullet to dodge. He is from Clewiston, Florida. Let's get loud for him. Brandon McMillan, 40 pounds and 8 ounces through his 2 days of fishing. 5 in the bag to unseat Matt. You need 19-12. Looking for 19-12. 12 pounds and 15 ounces is going to jump him up to 6th place with a 3-day total of 53.7. Reach in there, Brandon. Clewiston, I know you're proud of him, so let's hear it when he holds this bass up for your very own Brandon McMillan. I know you probably got pumped up when you saw on the schedule we were coming here, and then when you saw on the schedule we were coming here to Clewiston, and you produced.
Yeah, man, this place, I don't spend a lot of time out here because it anymore, just I got him, and, the lake doesn't fish like it used to, like I grew up fishing. But man, this week was great. And listen, I'm 40, so I ran about 48 years worth of knowledge of this place just to get it done. It's changed. It's tough out there for me, but I was able to scrounge up a couple good ones. I ran that bass cat all over the lake. Literally, I think I burned about 150 gallons of gas in 3 days. But yeah, all in all, man, I caught a lot of my fish early in the week on a arc rattle trap, black and gold. That's just kind of what I like to throw out here. I flipped up a couple with a big epic weight, and I caught a couple on a frog. So, man, I got to fish the way I wanted to. Looking back, today didn't go as planned. I didn't really gamble. I really thought the fish were coming to me yesterday, and they weren't. Like it just stopped. I think them boys caught them before they got to me yesterday. I think we seined it out. So right at the end of the day, I ran back to my little hard spot I had and put on a little bit of a flurry, but a little too late. But man, it's great. I love being here. I love weighing in right here. I've weighed a lot of bass in this parking lot right here, and it brings back a lot of good memories with my dad. My grandfather used to sit over there next to my grandma. So it's good times. Now I got my boy. We're gonna make some more memories. I've got some even better memories down at the Tiki Bar, which is where I'll be in about 10 minutes.
Some you remember, some you probably don't.
Yeah, most 50-50 best. So, But guys, it's great. We appreciate you coming here. I love fishing the lake. Yeah, hope we come back, dude. Appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Let's hear it for him. Brandon McMillan, good job. 6th place. And we won't even talk about the more you survive, the more money you get, too. Each place is about another couple grand as you sit here.
I mean, let's cut it off. Let's be done.
Be done?
I don't think Clueston wants to see Scott and any of those guys anyway.
Clueston, you guys okay with cutting the weigh-in off now? I mean, I think they like you, but I don't know if they like you that much.
Nah, I'm from Alabama. They don't like me that much.
Alabama or Auburn?
Neither. Notre Dame. I'm from the north initially.
There we go. I don't think we expected that. All right, let's keep rolling. See if you can survive another one there, Matt. He had a top 10 last year at the Wheeler Lake Open. Come on up out of Athens, Alabama. It's Sam George. 41-14 through Sam's 2 days of fishing. 18-6 would put him in the hot seat. 5 in the bag. Looking for 18-6. 13 pounds and 7 ounces up to 5th place for the Athens, Alabama Pro. Sam George is going to have a 3-day total of 55 pounds and 5 ounces. Let's hear it for him. Good job. All right. I know you were pleased with the start of your 2024 season.
Yeah, absolutely. This place is really, really cool. I grew up watching Scott Martin and Roland. I mean, I can remember being like 8 and 10 years old watching, all about Roland's Marina and the lake and just how incredible this place was. And this was one of the ones. I've done this for like 10 years now, and I have never been here before, and nobody could ever believe it. But when I got here, obviously it was super overwhelming, and it was really, really intimidating to me right off the bat. And, this week I put my head down. I just know from Florida you get in the right area and you can make things happen. And I literally found the place I found was in like the last 30 minutes of practice. And so, it just worked out. I had a lot of bites in there and just put my head down, and every now and then we catch a really big one. And today I just never had any really big bites. I had a couple big ones, missed a frog, but it was fun. We beat them to death. I mean, there was probably 400 or 500 fish caught in this area between 6 or 7 boats over the last few days. But it was a great week. Man, this crowd's incredible. This place is really, really special. I hope you guys take care of it. But, it was a great start to the year, so I'm ready to get to Ouachita.
Sounds good. Let's hear for him one more time. Sam George, 3-day total of 55.5. All right, Matt, here comes a pretty big hitter, especially on this lake. Yeah, he has put a lot of people out on this lake, and he's back as a Bassmaster. 44-14 through his 2 days of fishing from Port St. Joe, Florida. Let's get loud for Randall Tharp. 5 in the bag. Saw him on live. He got off to a quick start today. 15-6 puts him in the lead. He's got it 23 pounds and 10 ounces, and Randall Tharp moves into the lead. One more round of applause for Matt Adams. We got fish going everywhere. You notice they were headed at Randall. They just come to him. 3-day total, 68.8 for Randall Tharp. Get back over here on the other side. You made the announcement you're coming back, and I know you probably had this one circled right off the start, and here you sit after day 3 right now in the lead.
Man, it feels good. Anytime I go out of this lock here in Clewiston, Florida, I mean, it's a good day. Like, I spent a lot of days on this lake. I couldn't count how many and how many years, I've been fishing this place. And I've got a lot of top 10s, and I got a few trophies on my mantle. But, for Brandon to make it, he's my old team partner here. I used to fish against him and his dad all the time, and then we teamed up, had a little run down here. But it was a good day, man, and I'm glad to be back fishing bass. I've been doing this a long time. I've been paying my bills this way, and I really wanted to come last year. I called Chris. I called the companies I work for, and this year they were all behind me. Bass Boat Technologies, Arc Fishing, Phoenix Boats, Yamaha Outboards. They want me to be happy. They want me to fish wherever I want to fish, and I'm glad to be back fishing bass right now.
We're certainly glad to have you back, and I know all these fans getting to watch you hold up fish are too. Watching you on live today, looked like you did a lot of damage with what you're known for, a bladed jig.
Yeah, I mean, I really would like to catch them punching here. The lake just didn't set up, and I figured this tournament was going to be one winding, and that's what I did. I think every fish I weighed, including the 10-3 I caught on day 1, was on a bladed jig. It was gold color, but the key to it for me was a new trailer that Zoom has. It's called a shimmer shad. I was throwing a Tennessee shad color, and it just looks like a golden shiner. It's probably a little bit bigger trailer these fish are used to seeing. Most of the fish were spawning. Even the 10-3 was out there in 6 foot of water. It was spawning. And I'm talking about they smoked that thing.
Yeah, they look like they did today. All right, so great start, 68-8. We're off and rolling, top 10. We set our sights on Ouachita. I think you've had some good success there before, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah, ironically, Scott Martin cost me $650,000 at Ouachita. I finished second to him at the Forest Wood Cup at Ouachita. Do you remember that, Scott?
Him and Roland are chatting right now.
Yeah, and it looked like he had a decent sack of fish today, so he may do it 2 times.
You've sat there before. Let's hear it for Randall, moving to that hot seat. 68-8. I mean, that's usually enough to win a tournament, especially a 3-day tournament. Great job this week, Randall. It's been awesome watching you. All right, he was in 3rd place coming into today. He's a new EQ from Cumming, Georgia. Let's welcome up Paul Marks. 46.5 through his 2 days of fishing. To unseat Randall, you need 22.4. Looking for 22.4. Another great day out on the water. 19 pounds and an ounce up to 2nd place for Paul Marks. 3-day total of 65 pounds and 6 ounces, and he is off and rolling as a Tackle Warehouse EQ angler with a 2nd place right now. All right, Paul. Good job this week. And, yeah, did you expect this on the start of your season?
No, didn't really expect them to catch them down here, and definitely didn't expect to catch them the way that we did, but it was a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah, it looks like you guys were, I'll set the stage a little bit, but I want to hear all about it over in the rim ditch across the lake and using that the electronics to find them.
Yes, sir. We're using our sonar to catch them. It was unreal, really, that we found that. It worked out like it did.
And you and Tucker, right? Y'all kind of worked together?
Yes, sir, we did.
All right. Any key lures there?
Mostly just throwing a little swim bait and a jerk bait.
Well, what about some thank yous? Who do you want to say I recognize?
Oh, thank you to John Meagle Chevy, Sonar Pros, and Roaming Shot.
All right. Well, good job. The man, a few words. He just goes out and catches them. Let's hear it for him, Paul Marks, one more time. His first tournament, first Open, and here he is notching the top 10. All right, this angler is Ronnie Moore tabbed him, and it's true, as the most decorated youth angler we've ever had. He's a 3-time high school national champion, a 1-time college national champion, a 1-time Team of the Year angler. It's Tucker Smith from Alabama. Let's get loud for him. 51-2 through his 2 days of fishing. Coming in here in 2nd place, 5 in the bag. To unseat Randall, you need 17.7. Looking for 17.7. 17 pounds, 9 ounces, and Tucker Smith moves into the lead by 2 ounces. 3-day total, 68 pounds, 11 ounces. One more round of applause for Randall Tharp as Tucker Smith reaches into that Crush City bag. And Tucker Smith, as a new elite qualifier, is now in 1st place with 1 angler left to go. We talked about it, Tucker. You've won 3 high school national champions. That was 3 years in a row. A college national championship. College Team of the Year. You've been runner-up twice in the bracket. And here we are starting our EQ season off with a top 10. You're going to finish no worse than 2nd right now.
That's amazing, man. I really didn't expect it. This was the Open that I was most worried about. I've never really done good in Florida. Like Paul was saying, we were able to find an area out there that had clear water and we could use our electronics. So I was really happy to do that. But it was an awesome week.
Key lures?
I was throwing a little swim bait and a jerk bait, but we were just really looking around with forward-facing sonar. And at the mouths of those canals, and there was rock shelves, and a lot of those rock shelves they would school up on and group up on. And I think they were post-spawn and pre-spawn moving in and out of those canals to spawn. So it was kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, awesome. Well, you got a lot of people back home watching. I know I heard from your dad. He hates he couldn't be down here, but I know he's proud of you. But who all do you want to say hi and thanks to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my family watching back at home, my girlfriend as well, all the great sponsors I got, Bass Pro Shops, Impulse Lithium, Nitro, really just everybody that makes it possible for me. You know, I I'm really, really excited for the year, and I'm looking really forward to it.
Coming into the week, you said, I saw you post, it was the largest 5 bass limit you ever had in your career, and I think that's probably safe to say it's the largest 3-day total you've ever had either.
Definitely. I haven't had anything close to this.
I told you I'd give you 68 pounds, 11 ounces coming down here. I'm sure you would have taken it.
I would have definitely taken that.
One more round of applause for him. As you can see, I mean, he's in his 20s. He's just getting started, and he's about to find himself in the hot seat. All right, hang on, Scott. I know you're, like, ready to get up here, but it's the moment we've all been waiting for. You guys realize you might be about to see history. Again, I said it. Scott set the single-day record, weight record, earlier this week. We didn't even talk about it at 33 pounds and 2 ounces for the Opens. That unseated Whitney Stevens 32-13 bag. Right now, he hasn't even weighed in, and he has a 2-day total of 58-15. So we've got several records that we're after. He may even break that, his personal bag record from 2 days ago. We're going to find out. We know that he's got a chance for that. But the first record is Gerald Swindle record, which is the Opens record of a 3-day total of 80 pounds and 13 ounces. The next record we're after is the all-time 3-day tournament weight record of 83.5 caught by Bauer and Velvick. We know that is all up for grabs. Are we ready? Are you guys ready? Because I need you going crazy once this happens. All right, Tucker, we need you side by side. You get out of that hot seat because you're in first place right now. Let's bring him up out of Clewiston, Florida. Scott Martin, bring him to the stage. 5 in the bag. You need 9 pounds, 13 ounces to unseat Tucker Smith. I think that's going to happen. Looking for 9-13. He's got it. 31 pounds, 7 ounces. 3-day total of 90 pounds and 6 ounces. It's going to be a new Bassmaster all-time 3-day tournament total record, again, of 90 pounds and 6 ounces. He's going to be your champion, Clewiston, Florida. Let's hear it for him. Here we go. Let's try it. And we're going to hold a picture of all 5. Let's see what we got here first, though. And Roland, I want you holding these other 2, so we'll get Roland up here. 8-12 on that one. Roland, get up here. Hold some fish up, too. We're going to hold up that 31 2-pound bag. I think you know how to do that. Hold a bass up on stage. So, again, 90 pounds and 6 ounces. Through the week. It's a new all-time Bassmaster weight record for a 3-day tournament. Let's hear it for him. He's going to be your champion. All right, Scott, let's chat.
Wow.
What a special week.
Whew. I've had to hold it in all week. I knew this was going to be a tough tournament, and I knew I was going to have to just fish as slow and methodical as I could. And I had to, in a lot of tournaments, you run around and you try to fish and you try to get excited and you try to do this and that and keep your energy level. I was the opposite. I was going to just cover water and fish slow. And I tell you what, the Lord's blessed me so much. I just can't even believe it. I gave my life to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ back in 2000. And he's changed my life. He's made me a better father. He's made me a better husband. He's made me a better friend. And he's given me eternal life. So it's been amazing. But to win it here in this parking lot in front of my mom, I'm so glad you're here, Mom. My dad that's here, he won a tournament here in 91, right on the other side of the marina here. We had the stage set up. And felt like I was part of that tournament. I practiced with Dad those couple days, and he gave me credit on stage that I was a big help that week. He had me rigging tackle at night and helping him get his stuff ready and everything. And that was the first time I thought, I really want to stand on that stage one day. And to have that go full circle here in Clewiston in front of my family and friends is just so amazing. So my sister, I'm so proud of her, what she's doing. My nephews, Shara over there, the help that you give, Shara, I tell you, Shara's helping us out with my mom, and she's been a big help. It's been a big deal. So thank you so much for all that, because you're able to get her here and all that. It's a big deal. my wife, I love you so much, babe. She's been praying. I'm probably forgetting people, but my boys, I just love everybody. Thank you so much. It's just a blessing.
And I'll just say that. I mean, this town means a lot. I mean, Scott, they were out there in the mornings driving golf carts. You know, it was about so much more than just a fishing tournament. And just to cap it off with the way you just won this event, it was just something special. And I'm glad, just personally, I was able, and the B.A.S. staff, we were able to be a part of writing this history in the sport that we also love.
Well, I tell you, every tournament I've ever won, I've had motivation of some sort to win it, and my motivation this week was this lake. I started an organization, we all did, Raymond, myself, my wife, a bunch of other people, called Anglers for Lake Okeechobee. And it's where we fight for the health of this lake. We're fighting for the vegetation. We're fighting for the fish. We're fighting for the small towns around this lake and the people that call this place home. And we need help. We need Governor DeSantis to put money inside of Lake Okeechobee. They're spending lots of money around the lake, but we need money in the lake. We need vegetation in the lake. We need proper water levels in this lake because we have to protect this natural resource. This is a natural lake. It's not man-made. It's God-made, and I tell you, we just have to do that. So do me a favor, everyone that's watching this, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Anglers for Lake Okeechobee. Be part of the conversation. That's all we can do. Help fight for us. Send the governor an email, a letter, the Corps of Engineers and South Florida Water Management. Let them know that we got to protect this lake because it's worth saving.
Couldn't said it better myself, and he may be running for governor later. All right, let's talk about a little bit of things that we just notched on our belt. $50,000. I know that's not a big deal, but we were the first person out for the 2024 Classic. Now you're the first one in for the 2025 Classic.
Well, I know, well, special. I tell you, it takes a lot of pressure off of me, to be able to fish the rest of the year on the elites. I'm really loving my boat. Everything that I've got set up this year, I made a couple changes. My rods and reels are just amazing. I'm fishing with Luz. I'm fishing with a lot of confidence. The rods are amazing. All the actions and all that stuff. Really, it honestly plays a huge part in my success this week. I've got new graph mounts, beat down outdoors, my Dakota lithium batteries. I mean, there's so many things. When you have your boat and your equipment dialed in 100%, you're going to fish better. And that's how it is. My big, huge thank you to all my sponsors. Before I forget, my two boys, Jacob and Reed over there, I tell you what, they're such amazing young men, 23 and 24 years old, doing well. My son came from Fort Lauderdale to watch this, so I just, I know I'm rambling now, but I tell you, it's amazing. Hillary is off in Alabama right now. She just fished a tournament. I just FaceTimed her, and she caught a 7-pounder in a tournament at Gunnersville. Go Hillary! And she had 14 pounds. And my daughter Amelia right there, and she's actually the best fisherman in the whole bunch. She really is because she didn't fish much, so she's only made like a couple thousand casts ever, but she's caught about 100 bass. So ratio-wise, she's killing it.
You want to hold some hardware?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get Buzz up here from St. Croix Rods, and on behalf of our title sponsor and here at B.A.S., let's make it official. Clewiston, Florida, let's get loud for your champion with a 3-day total of 90 pounds and 6 ounces. You know that last name is Martin, and the first name is Scott. Let's hear it for your champion here in Clewiston, Florida. You want to get the whole family up here for a photo? I think we should. Let's get everybody up here. You and Roland? Oh, yeah, you and Buzz and Roland. I know how special this place is to all the Martin family. All right, Clewiston, let's hear it for the whole Martin family. They all worked hard this whole week. Let's hear it for them one time. How about the whole Martin family? Thank you, guys.